Many engineering devices operate essentially under the same conditions for long periods. Therefore, I will explain how to analyze energy interactions associated with various steady flow devices. First, let us consider nozzles and diffusers. A nozzle is a device that increases the velocity of a fluid at the expense of pressure. A diffuser is a device that increases the pressure of a fluid by slowing it down. That is, nozzles and diffusers perform opposite tasks. The cross-sectional area of a nozzle decreases in the flow direction for subsonic flows and increases supersonic flows. The reverse is true for diffusers. The heat transfer rate between the fluid flowing through a nozzle or a diffuser and the surroundings is usually very low. Therefore, Q dot equals 0 since the fluid has high velocities. Nozzles and diffusers typically involve no work, and any change in potential energy is negligible. But nozzles and diffusers usually involve very high velocities. Therefore, the kinetic energy changes must be included in analyzing the flow through these devices. Let us discuss the following example to comprehend the topic further. Based on this example, air enters the diffuser of a jet engine steadily at a specified velocity. The mass flow rate of air and the temperature at the diffuser exit are to be determined. Before we solve the problem, we must first specify our assumptions to simplify the analysis. The assumptions are presented here. We must first determine all the related states of air using the given information and establish the equations to be used to determine all the specified problems. The diffuser is taken as the control volume since mass crosses the system boundary during the process. The system has only one inlet and one exit. The inlet area of the diffuser is 0.4 square meters. The air leaves the diffuser with a velocity that is very small compared with the inlet velocity. State 1 represents the inlet of the control volume and state 2 as the outlet. And thus, m dot is equal to m dot 1 equals m dot 2. For step 1, we begin by determining air properties at state 1 using the available information. The gas initial volume, pressure and temperature have been provided as shown. Those properties represent state 1. As demonstrated, the mass flow rate at state 1 can be determined through the ideal gas equation of state. Through this exercise, we have successfully answered the first question, that is, to determine the mass flow rate of air. To determine the air properties at state 2, we will use the energy balance for this control volume under steady state conditions in the rate form. as presented. Since the rate of change in the total energy equals 0, the expression reduces to the following terms. We know that the diffuser does not involve any work and heat interactions. Thus, those terms can be eliminated from the equation, becomes the following expression. And we solve for H2, becomes the following manner. Usually, the outlet velocity is small compared with the inlet velocity. Thus, the kinetic energy at the exit can be neglected. This example demonstrates another technique of determining the enthalpy of air using table A17. Based on this table, the corresponding enthalpy of air at the diffuser inlet at 10 degrees Celsius or 283 kelvins is between a temperature of 280 and 285 kelvins. By performing the interpolation technique as described in the previous video, enthalpy at stage 1 is 283.14 kJ per kilogram. Substituting H1 value into the latest equation, H2 equals 304.14 kJ per kilogram. Based on table A17, the corresponding air temperature of H2 lies between 300 and 305 kelvins. The interpolation technique is used to determine the diffuser outlet's air temperature, which is 303 Kelvin. Based on the first step, all the specified problems have also been solved at the same time.